I said, maybe you're gonna... Oh, hey guys, it's Chris here. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell to get more videos like this. But today we are going to talk about Oasis, and specifically Liam Gallagher and Noel Gallagher have agreed to get back together for at least a tour. So what do we know about this? Should we even care? Or are Oasis one of the greatest bands in the world? Let's talk about it right now.
Me and him are like telepathic, you know what I mean?
I know my brother better than anybody else.
When both come together, we have greatness.
So we've all heard of the band Oasis, right? You've probably heard their song Wonderwall on the radio about 50 million times. You either love it or you hate that song. I actually love it. But Oasis were actually formed in 1991, and the original members were Liam Gallagher, Paul Arthurs, Paul McGuigan, and Tony McCarroll. They started as a band with those four, and Noel actually joined a little bit after and became the primary songwriter on the band and sort of had most of the direction with the songwriting from there. Their debut single was called Supersonic, and their debut album, Definitely Maybe, which was released in 1994, became the fastest selling debut album in British history at the time. The album had songs such as Cigarettes and Alcohol, Rock and Roll Star, and one of my personal favourites, Live Forever, was on that album. They then followed that album up with What's the Story, Morning Glory, which a lot of people are familiar with, had the song Wonderwall on it, a lot of other great hits, and an amazing album if you haven't already checked it out. But during the tenure of the band, there's been ongoing tensions between Liam and Noel Gallagher, both private and public. You've probably seen in a lot of interviews they talk about each other. The catalyst to all the fighting, however, happened in 2009 at the Rock NCN Festival in Paris. Apparently backstage, Noel and Liam had a physical altercation where Liam smashed Noel's guitar. Noel saw this as the end of the band, and then Oasis disbanded after that. So since disbanding in 2009, Noel went on to play with his band, the High Flying Birds, and has had some critical success with that band. Liam took a little bit of time himself, but then he eventually got a solo career happening, and some of his music is absolutely fantastic, and if you haven't checked that out, check it out as well. But famously in interviews, Liam and Noel have, I guess, been talking about each other. Here's a couple of examples of that.
All I did was leave a band. To some people, it's the end of the world. You know, it's the end. The people will not still accept it. I get asked about it.
That's because they like Oasis.
Well, that's fantastic. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
You know, they've got the music and they've got the memories if they ever came to see us and all that.
But it was an emotional thing. It wasn't thought through, was it?
It was thought through very briefly in the back of a car. We were sitting outside a festival that we were headlining. There was about 70,000 people there. There was a huge fight in the dressing room, and I sat in the back of a car and I calmed down, and my security guard said, "Are we staying or going?" I'd been on the verge of leaving a couple of times before, and I just thought, tonight's the night. The worst thing was leaving the people in the gig.
I don't know, maybe he just wanted to go solo and do his thing and just be on his own and take all the fun out, you know, he just wanted to do his thing, but I don't know what I've done really, to be fair, but, you know, we'll get to the bottom of it one day.
And people have been speculating, are Oasis going to get back together? It's become a bit of a thing, a bit of a myth. Are they going to get back together? But now they've announced they're getting back together, and there's going to be an Oasis tour. Apparently it's not the original band, but it's Noel and Liam. But what do we know? This is what we know. So far, only UK and Ireland dates have been announced at this stage, but on their website, it does allude to the fact that international dates will be announced fairly soon. There has been some speculation whether Oasis will play at Glastonbury, but Oasis have made an announcement on their social media saying they will not be doing that. Why are they doing this now? Look, who knows? Obviously, one big incentive is money. There is still a lot of Oasis fans, and there's been a lot of speculation and build-up to this moment, and now just might be the right time for them, money-wise, to be doing this tour. However, in a statement from the band, they say, "The guns have fallen silent, the stars have aligned, the great wait is over, come see, it will not be televised." How rock and roll is that? But I guess, why do we care so much about Oasis? I mean, if they haven't been around since the 90s, obviously they've both been on solo careers, why are they so popular? But their sound was instrumental to the start of the Britpop sound. I remember at the time when they came out, there was them and there was Blur, The Verve, a few other bands, you know, very popular sound in Britain. Their sound was also reminiscent of the Beatles. A lot of people was sort of felt like it was a resurgence of the Beatles sound in a more rock form. The first song I heard of theirs was Morning Glory. It was the title, was the first track on What's the Story, Morning Glory, and just that guitar riff right at the start of that song. I remember hearing it on a really bunged up pair of earphones at school. I remember someone I was sharing an earphone with them, and they said, "Have you heard this, man?" And then I heard it, and I thought, wow, that sounds so huge. What a huge sound. Some of my all-time favorite Oasis songs, I'd say, are Live Forever, Don't Look Back in Anger. I like the song Some Might Say, Roll With It, Cast No Shadow. Cast No Shadow is a great song, and it's underrated too, I reckon. And Wonderwall. I like Wonderwall. Sue Me. I like the song. A lot of people don't like it. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. What are some of your favorite Oasis songs? And what are your thoughts on the reunion? Are you going to buy tickets? Do you think Oasis are a great band? How do they compare to other bands? Let me know in the comments what you think. And don't forget to subscribe. And stay tuned, guys, and see you on the next video.